Well, greetings, ReggaeMic people, Basque Reggae Culture Massive. We are alongside one of the most important musicians of Jamaican history, the legendary foundation DJ, Mr. Dennis Alcapone. Welcome to San Sebastian, to the Basque country. It's an honor to have you here.
Blessings, man. Give thanks, and it's an honor to be here as well. Because I always loved coming to Spain. Love the Spain people, the Spaniards. Right. Yes, I've been to Spain quite a few times. All over different places in Spain. I always enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, man. So tonight you're playing a show with the Russian sound system and Don Penn.
Yeah, the Trojan sound system alongside Don Penn.
Celebrating the 50 years of the record label.
Right,
Yeah.
correct. Yes. Trojan is one of the first company in England to distribute the reggae music. So big up to the Trojan Massive.
Yeah, man, respect. Are you excited for it tonight? Is it your first time playing in San Sebastian?
I'm not sure, I play all over Spain, right? I can't remember everywhere that I play, but I'll think about it and tell you later.
All right. Well, talking about yourself, where do you exactly come from in Jamaica?
Well, I was born in Clarendon. It's a parish in Jamaica. But I grew up in Kingston.
All right.
I went to Kingston when I was 1 year old. So all my growing up I did in Kingston.
Okay.
So that's where I learned my musical trade. Listening to the big sound system of that era. People like Duke Reid, Coxsone, King Edwards the Giant, Prince Buster, the voice of the people, Sir Percy, all of those big sounds, Light the Matador, Tom the Great Sebastian,
Yeah. Yeah.
great sounds. Yeah, that's where I get my inspiration from.
Alright.
And of course the radio, because we had only two radio stations, which is RJR and JBC. So we'd be listening to the radio and listen to the latest songs playing on the radio. We used to get a lot of American music. People
Coming
like
out, yeah.
Fats Domino and Sam Cooke, Drifters, Impressions, Jerry Butler, you name it. So we are musically aware from an early age. Yes, and we appreciate music in all form.
That's great.
Because in the early years, I can remember we had a Japanese hit in Jamaica. I think it was called El Kuriaki or something to that. Probably I can't remember. El Kuriaki or something like that. It was a Japanese hit, but the melody was nice
Okay.
and we enjoyed it.
You were born in 1947, right?
They gave me a year and they gave me a year on Wikipedia, so I just take it.
All right.
I was born 1946.
Okay, so 1946.
Yeah, not 47.
The
But
fonts are wrong.
I'll take a year.
All right. Anyways, as far as I'm concerned, the sound systems in Jamaica, they started initially mid-50s. Is that correct? But I believe that by that time you were very young.
Yes.
My question is, when did you actually become engaged with the sound system scene in Jamaica?
I can't remember the exact year, but it was in the 50s. It was in the 50s. Listening to all those great sounds, But everything mostly developed in the 60s when you have the big sounds like I explained just now.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the sounds were born. Because in the early stages, we used to listen to the radio
Mm-hmm.
and listen to music coming from Latin music coming from Cuba and places like that, because Cuba is near to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so the guys were just bringing in the Jamaican people like Coxsone and other people used to go on farm work, in the United States. So they used to buy the Rare Groove records and bring them back to Jamaica.
Okay.
And they have competition with other sounds. So when they come back to Jamaica, they would scratch off the label. So the other sound couldn't know who was playing or who was singing. You know, so they would know where to go and buy that record. That record was exclusive to that sound.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's how it was in the earliest, you know. And we developed our thing from there. And those guys like Coxon and Duke Reed, they started their own thing, you know, and that's how the ska come about.
Yeah.
You know, they get the inspiration and they started the ska music because, you know, that was our first music. But before that, we used to listen to a music called merengue.
Merengue. Yeah.
Yeah, mento, calypso, and all those music coming from Trinidad. And yeah. A lot of our musicians come from the islands as well, you know. We have musicians from Trinidad, Barbados, you know. We have a great guitarist named Lynn Tate. You got a great singer named Jackie Opel. All those people is from the islands.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
You know, but they come and make our music greater.
Yeah.
You know, because they were great singers and players of instruments.
It's all part of the process. You had a sound system by yourself called El Paso.
El Paso.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, El Paso, we started, that's in about 1968.
One time El Paso, one time. Two time El Paso, two time. Three time El Paso, three time. Four time El Paso, four time. Aguaso, El Paso, El Paso, Aguaso. One time I tell you one time. Woo! Tell you about the song.
We started very small, you know, very, very small. You know, we were just playing on 10-inch speakers, you know, around in our home, you know, and people passing on the street would hear the sound and they would stop and dance until we graduated to 12-inch speakers.
Right.
You know, sometimes we had to borrow speakers. You know, if we get an engagement, we would borrow some 12-inch and go and play.
Okay.
You know, and because of the way we were playing and my DJ skills, we attract a lot of people, you know, and the attention grew and we became the #1 sound in Kingston 13.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no other sound couldn't come and test us. We were the greatest in 13. Kingston 13 was our territory.
Wicked. Cool. You, as exactly what you're saying, you developed a very unique style of DJing and playing the music and also toasting and so on and so on. Some people call you the Deejay Godfather, right?
Right, yes, me and Uri. Right, Uri is my inspiration and this guy called Pompidou.
Mm-hmm.
You know, actually one night there a sound called Kentone. Kentone is from a place called it's near Waterhouse, and you always struggle to remember that I'll tell you in a minute, right? But that sound was from not far away from my area. Anyway, they played on our road and I went to the dance tonight and was listening to this DJ. His name is Pompidou.
Mm-hmm.
And he was so stylish doing what he was doing, you know, because those days it was only one turntable. It wasn't like you have selector and you have DJs. You have one man doing everything with one turntable.
Mm.
You know, so he was DJing on the mic, he was selecting the records from the record box, and it was just great, you know,
Yeah.
and I was inspired,
Yeah, okay.
you know, and to listen how he was DJing, you know. So the following day I wake up DJing myself.
Inspired by
him.
Okay.
You know, and take it from there. That's where it all started.
All right.
You know, yes, and then I developed my own thing, and
Exactly.
the rest is history.
From like this station is way from creation, and from the #1 station
Right.
are, let's say, your music slangs. I mean kind of. What apart from those, what others do you have?
Spread out and scatter. Can't you feel the music getting hotter and hotter? Yeah. Don't call me Scarface. My name is Capone. Capone. Capone.
From the number one station, here comes the power version. You said you're the best, but when I'm around, you're the second best. And if you don't believe it's true, all you got to do is try I. A clean hands and a pure in heart, that's what I've got right from the start. Shooby-dooby-doo, where are you?
Wow, wow.
Huh?
Wow, 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 wow.
You said you're the best, but when I'm around, you're the second best. If you don't believe it's true, all you gotta do is try I. Yeah, a lot of them, a lot of inches.
Wicked.
You know.
You were born Dennis Smith, but then you changed to Dennis Alcapone due to a story, of course. Can you explain us a little bit about that?
Well, that come about one night we went to watch the movie Al Capone, you know, with this actor named Rod Steiger.
Mm-hmm.
And when we left the theater the night, a theater called Majestic Theater on Spanish Town Road, and going home, it was like about 6-7 of us. And I was clowning around, and someone said, "Look what is going on like Al Capone." Right? And I wake up the following day with the name. Yeah, that's how strange these things can happen, you know.
Also,
But I'm Al Capone of the music world, not the gangster world.
no. You recorded many songs with by that time with you were at El Paso, but then you worked with other producers by that time, with Studio One, with Duke Reed, many others. Was that something that happened natural, or was there any rivalry? How was the scene going by that time? Was it okay for you to record some songs here, then record some songs there?
Well, it all started with Keith Hudson. Keith Hudson is a dentist
Mm-hmm.
by trade. We call him the ghetto dentist. He had a label called Imbidims. And he came to me and said that, because by this time I was established with El Paso Sound System, you know, and everybody was talking about this new DJ. So he came and asked me to come and record a song for him, a dynamic studio, you know. So I went and do a song called Maca Version. You know, he wanted the same slang that I did with El Paso.
You're in tune to the sound of this generation. With the man Kyoto back with version that will outlast creation. Maca version, not a real cool version. One time, kitty, one time. Two time, kitty, two time. Take your time, kitty, take your time. One time, kitty, one time. Paso, El Paso, El Paso, Paso. Yeah. Make a move, brother.
That came out under the name of Dennis Smith. You know, I did Sky's the Limit, Shades of Hudson, Spanish Amiga.
Now this will give you the privilege to come back and stay. But any old way, baby, any old way, but not in too old-fashioned way. Hook, line and sinker, hook back, Spanish Amiga.
Quite a few songs, you know, and then I left and went to Studio One. Because I was at Treasure Isle, so I went to Studio One because those were the big studios, Treasure Isle and Studio One. You know, so I was at Treasure Isle, so I went to Studio One to get on some of the big rhythms.
This version is way from creation. Lick it back from the top to the very last drop. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. them how to spell. R-A-T rat, M-A-T man, C-A-T cat. Look at that, look at that.
So, do you think the sound systems in nowadays, do they carry the same charisma, the same authenticity from those back in the days?
Definitely not. You know, because in the early days, everybody who have a sound system have their equipment, you know, and that's how you prove that you're a great sound system, you know, because it's important to be heavy.
Mm-hmm.
You got a heavy bass, because people used to compare sound system by the heaviness of the sound,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or speakers,
Yeah,
you know, 18-inch speakers, 15-inch speakers. You know, the man would say, Coxsone sound heavier than Juke Reed, or Juke Reed sound heavier than Coxsone. But here comes another sound that is sound heavier than both of them.
yeah.
You know, and that used to be a conversation with the youths. You know, everybody is comparing which sound is heavier, because that is the whole thing about sound system. Who's got the heaviest sound?
Mm-hmm.
You know, until it leave from the sound system with the big speakers to the hi-fi. And the hi-fi now is the era where they started using the KT88 tubes. You know, so it's a rounder bass, smaller speakers, right? But more melody. You know, when it was the big sounds with the 807 tubes, the bass used to be boof, boof, boof coming through. But when the KT88 take over, it was round. You know, you could hear the bass pronounce itself.
Okay.
But the big speaker now, sometimes they drive the amp too hard. You
Okay.
yeah. So later on, now from that, we goes to transistor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, transistor now is the year after discotheques.
Mm.
You know, so it's all about the nice sound, the nice pronunciation of the music. You know, so we evolve. You know, but at the end of the day, the greatest thing about sound system is the equipments. You know, the people in the dance who have the equipments. You know, the better amplifier, the greater sound and bass. You know, it's not like now where everybody call themselves sound system with
Without
a
even
laptop.
without even a
Yeah.
proper system.
Right, they're not even buying records anymore. Right, they just go on their laptop and select
Yeah.
whatever record they want. You know, so it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
I can actually tell you that here in the Basque country, since I've been here, actually people in the reggae parties, we're trying to do always the proper thing. One turntable, only records,
Right.
sound system.
Yes.
We contact the sound system so they can bring their own system, and we always try to bring this authenticity of the sound system vibe, let's say.
Back to basis.
Yeah, man. You now live in the UK, right?
Yes, yes.
It's huge, the reggae scene in the UK. Do you frequently play there?
Well, the UK was always the HQ for the music, you know. It was the headquarters, you know, apart from Jamaica.
Mhm.
Yeah, people used to, there was even music that people were listening to in the UK that made in Jamaica, but they don't hear it in Jamaica.
Yeah,
Because it was always the producers looking for a market.
exactly.
You know, it was all about money. So sometimes the record would release in the UK and not in Jamaica.
Mhm.
You know, because even Bob Marley, when Bob Marley died, that was the time that Jamaican people really know about Bob Marley. Apart from the stalwart them, the people them that grew up with Bob, you know, like myself. You know, but the youths them didn't know much about Bob Marley in Jamaica.
Mhm.
You know, because as you know, Bob break on the international scene, right, when he joined Chris Blackwell.
Chris Blackwell, yeah.
Yes, so Jamaica is a very talented country, you know, full of talent, and the wheel keep turning. You know, every decade you have a new set of artists, and people listen to new things. You know, so this artist will be from that decade, and then following decade, and they keep turning out great talents. You know, so the youths them don't have no time to settle to listen to one set of artists, because as one come, another set.
Not coming always.
Yes, that's how it is. You know, but the music evolves.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and we have some great artists along the way. You know, great music. You know, unfortunate that some of the people them now in Jamaica is gravitating to the American style of things. You know, because they're looking at the big money.
Yeah.
You know, they're not staying with the real Jamaican music. You know, very few people like Chronic and those kind of people who is giving you real Jamaican music. You know, most of them is, well, sometimes I don't know what the rhythm is, but it's not reggae.
It's not reggae, definitely. Do you like this new generation of so-called the new roots reggae music? You like some of the music, or?
Well, as long as the music is good, I like it. You know, I'm a music lover, full stop. You understand? I like good music. You know, so yes, I like the music if they make it good.
Yeah, man.
You know, and if the artist is talented, you know, then
Everything will come naturally.
exactly.
Yeah, man. Well, Dennis, it was great honor and pleasure. Thank you for allowing this interview to happen. Big respect. Looking forward for the big show tonight.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that too. You know, because when I'm on the stage, that's where I feel most happy. You know, that's my life. I know nothing more. Or in the studio recording.
Yes, I.
Yeah, but the stage is where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Let's make it fire.
yeah, man.
Respect, man.
Blazing.
Bless it if the fire. Yes, I.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.